especially when we're talking about like the co-ed group.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6.
Upgrading Fire Station 2 in Pendleton. What this will mean for co-ed workers coming up. Plus,
it's going to put Yakima on the map.
Why people are gathering this evening in the city of Yakima, the piece of history they're hoping to preserve.
and later,
Coming up tonight, we'll show you how Wazoo Tri-Cities has continued to grow its student population, and we'll show you some of the programs that it offers.
And a live look outside right now. Lots of sunshine, warm temperatures, but we do have some red flag warnings to tell you about. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Wendy Redmond.
Hi, everybody. I'm Austin Reed. It is June the 17th.
We begin on the fire watch tonight. A fire is actively burning in Yakima County this evening. Take a look at this. It started this morning in the 4100 block of Tooley Road. The fire has burned 250 acres so far, due in part to the wind. We'll continue to follow firefighters' progress for you and keep you updated. Another fire to tell you about. A vegetation fire broke out this morning off of Highway 12 near Wallula Junction. Firefighters from Walla Walla were at the scene putting out the smoking farmland. Multiple acres have been affected. Although the flames were close to Highway 12, the roadway's not affected. No reports of anyone hurt.
Now to Oregon. In Pendleton, Fire Station number 2 is gearing up for some big remodeling.
They were just awarded a grant for their station built in the 1970s to get it up to code.
But as Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports, the team is trying to fund and find some extra funding.
Yeah, that because the current grant comes with a bit of red tape around it that doesn't allow for all of the needed improvements.
Pendleton Fire Station 2 is receiving a seismic grant to give the station upgrades to its building. Jared Usselman, Assistant Chief of Operations, says the station is trying to add some funding to that remodeling phase to go towards modifying the station's accommodations, which the grant rules don't allow for.
We have more females coming in, and our facilities here just aren't very adequate for that anymore, quite outdated. So we're just trying to make it to where this place is a little more modernized for the era that we're living in the fire service.
Usselman says they're going to stretch that extra funding.
One of the most important things is upstairs. Upstairs is where the dorms are. We don't have a dorm here. It's an open dorm. I think that, we have some cubicle walls up there for separation and privacy, especially when we're talking about like the co-ed group. But the ability to have like ADA compliant bathrooms.
Usselman also says it would help the firefighters' living situation on warmer days.
Potentially get our HVAC updated to where it's able to keep up in the summer with the high temperatures in the Columbia Basin.
As of right now, the station is at the drawing board and looking for ways to get those extra dollars.
Talk with is our city, the city of Pendleton and the local city council to see if the funding is already available internally. And then we're trying to use some other means as well. There's not a lot as far as additional grants for these types of things, but talking with like our private fire districts that we serve and talking with the city and then with the facilities manager on what we can potentially do here.
The station will have to temporarily close while the renovations take place. Reporting in Pendleton, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Usselman says the station is trying to help educate the community and is in no way pointing their finger at their local government in not providing enough for the station.
All right, turning now to First Alert weather. It was another day with temps in the 80s, but is it staying with us the rest of this week?
Yeah, the weather has been beautiful, but we still have that fire weather danger out there. Let's check in with Stacy.
That's right. Get ready. We'll have some strong gusty winds tomorrow. Therefore, we have some red flag warnings. Central part of the state here, Moses Lake, I-90 corridor. Then you head over here to the east, Dayton, foothills of the Blues, Blue Mountains towards the Palouse, and that will kick in and be effective through 8 o'clock. Now, we may see some more areas come in on this red flag warning, but for now, that's what we have. Again, low humidity and gusty winds. We're going to see some stronger winds tomorrow, stronger than what we saw today. Let's take a look at relative humidity. If it's below 20%, That is fire weather danger. That's very, very low humidity through the area. The good news is we'll start seeing the humidity levels trending up as we head into the weekend. Here's the gusty winds we're talking about. Kittitas Valley seeing them. Columbia River Gorge, a little less in the Columbia Basin tonight, but breezy winds overall. 84 degrees right now in the Yakima Valley by Mart Skycam. It's lovely. Look at the sunshine. The feels like temp there is 82, humidity at 25%. Let's take a look at temperatures around the region. It is in the 80s. Now we're going to see temperatures trending down a few degrees each day moving through the next few. Planning your evening out, 70s and 80s. We stay, most of us, in the 80s in the 8 o'clock hour, and by 10 o'clock we'll start to feel more comfortable but still pretty warm. Overall, though, the next few days clear and breezy, very windy tomorrow. We're going to keep a close eye on fire weather conditions. A little bit cooler, like I said, each day. And then we're tracking some showers and cooler temperatures for the weekend. I'll give you all of that coming up. Austin, Wendy.
All right, Stacey, thank you. We'll see you in just a bit. New at 6, a group in Yakima is calling on the Yakima City Council to preserve a piece of history. About 30 people gathered this evening for a rally hosted by Yakima Valley Trolleys. The City Council is considering a road construction plan that could eliminate the trolley line to Sela. The attendees' goal tonight, save the trolley.
It's going to be great for tourism. It's going to put Yakima on the map for historic preservation and culture, and so it's a good thing.
All right, so the City Council will have a public comment session on the issue at its meeting tonight.
Union Gap shoppers will soon lose a home decor hub in just a few months. According to court documents, At Home filed for bankruptcy. The company will close 26 stores nationwide, including the location near the Valley Mall. In the court documents, At Home said the cost of operating some of its stores has just gotten too expensive. There's still a little more time to visit the store. It's set to close by the end of September. Mid-Columbia Meals on Wheels just got a big boost from a major community supporter to help serve more meals in the Tri-Cities. Mid-Columbia Meals on Wheels is known for providing food assistance across Benton and Franklin counties. It operates through 8 dining locations and offers delivery service for seniors. Now, the organization recently announced they just received a $10,000 grant from Battelle. That money will support Sustainable Kitchen Project, upgrading old equipment like refrigeration units and hot plates, and helping them source local ingredients. Director Brian Kinner says partnerships like this are key to keeping their mission alive.
When you're trying to focus in on feeding the people, putting all your money towards the food, when you start having capital projects coming on, those grant opportunities that the community partners allow us to apply for are just critical, and they just go a long way to helping us complete our mission.
Mid-Columbia Meals on Wheels also offers free meals at its cafe locations from 11 until 1. If you'd like more information, just head on over to applevalleynewsnow.com.
Your news at 6 o'clock is just getting started. Here's what's coming up.
WSU Tri-Cities is only one of 2 campuses in the WSU system with this achievement. We'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, William Albert will have that report as we leave you to break. A couple live pictures for you from Yakima and Richland. Stacey Lee's coming back with a look at your full First Alert weather forecast. Remember, download our new Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. Wendy, walk us through it.
Just scan that QR code right there on your screen, Austin. It's that simple. We'll be right back.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostemtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
If you have heart failure or chronic kidney disease, Farxiga can help you keep living life, because there are places you'd like to be. Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and bacterial infection between the anus and genitals, both which may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness or swelling between the anus and genitals. Ask your doctor about Farxiga today.
Farxiga. At US Cellular, we created an event to celebrate our customers, like Luana here, called Us Days.
Yeah, they give us special rewards and exclusive deals and everything. It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Sure does.
Slide, connect. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, shake.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
This summer, big wins come in sevens at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Get ready for the $100,000 Lucky Summer Sevens giveaway with over $12,000 cash up for grabs every Friday and Saturday in June. The heat is on, and so is the grand prize on June 28th. 3 winners choose 7 cards with prizes. Reveal 7 sevens and instantly win $17,000 cash. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Get employee pricing plus 1.9% and $4,500 bonus cash on a 2024 Ford F-150 STX. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back, everybody. While many colleges in Washington and across the country are struggling with enrollment, WSU Tri-Cities is seeing continued success.
So new at 6, Apple Valley News Now's William Albert shows us what they've been doing to stay ahead of the curve.
Over the past 2 fall semesters, Wazoo Tri-Cities has seen steady growth, especially among first-year students, with smaller gains coming from transfer students from colleges like Columbia Basin. But recent data shows undergraduate enrollment increased by over 5% last year, and total fall enrollment rose by more than 3%. Despite being a smaller campus, Director of Admissions Jamie Owens says much of their success has come from building relationships with local schools.
It's just really building relationships with the local high school counselors and getting into the schools, being able to talk with students and letting them know about the opportunities right here in the Tri-Cities. And so for students staying local, it actually saves them money getting a 4-year education, so they're not having to pay for housing and meal plans.
Owens says what also sets Wazoo Tri-Cities apart is its strong focus on job placement after graduation. The school works with local industry partners to provide students with internships that can lead directly to employment.
Our College of Engineering is one of the big ones that allows for this. Our College of Nursing, and then also we have our business program has a lot of internships as well. And so our students are able to be placed in jobs straight out of college, just all here locally.
She also says that first-year students have been driving the most significant growth in recent years.
First-year students, we are seeing the most significant growth. In fall 2023, we saw about a 20% increase in our first-year students, and then this past fall 2024, we saw a 16% increase in our first-year students.
Wazoo Tri-Cities is a small campus with a student population under 2,000. It is expected to see big gains in the fall of 2025, like many colleges post-pandemic.
We were
not exempt from the COVID enrollment drop. We certainly saw that. But we've been working very intentionally to get our enrollment up. We didn't just leave that to chance. We've been working very hard, and our admissions team is fabulous in getting our enrollment up over the last 3 years.
Growing enrollment means growing an educated community with a commitment to continued learning. In Richland, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
WSU Tri-Cities is also the most diverse campus in the WSU system, with nearly half of its students being first-generation college students. Well, TikTok is getting another 90-day reprieve. President Trump is set to sign an executive order delaying the sell or ban law. The law went into effect in January. It requires TikTok to be banned in the U.S. unless it's sold by its China-based parent company. Neither has happened yet, since the president continues to delay the law's enforcement. Now it appears TikTok has become a bargaining chip in the tense trade talks between the U.S. and China. The app has 170 million users in the U.S.
A lot of people. Amazon expects that its workforce of more than 1 million workers will shrink because of advances in AI, or artificial intelligence. That is the word from the company's chief executive in a note to employees today. Andrew Jassy said AI is increasingly capable of doing more jobs at Amazon. He predicts that it will lead to job losses at the company over the next few years. He said some jobs will shift, and what some workers are doing today may morph into other jobs in the future, but not all will be transferable to new positions. The company says it will spend more than $100 billion over the next decade on data centers, which help power AI.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And on this gorgeous Tuesday, let's take a live look outside Dust Devil Stadium. They're getting ready for the game. A beautiful afternoon at 87 degrees. Our winds at 11 miles an hour. Watch for those winds to pick up. The good news is your feels like temp is 84. If you're heading out to the game, most of it will be in the 80s tonight, so clear skies. And note the new first pitch time now is 7:05, so the games are a little bit later, and they're playing the Hops. All right, we do have, red flag warnings through the area. I lost my train of thought there for a sec. Moses Lake, central Washington, and then as we head to the east into the foothills of the Blues, Dayton, all the way out to the Palouse, close to Pullman, all under high fire threat tomorrow, and that's going to be till 8 o'clock. Check out our vegetation dryness forecast. Very, very dry all through the region, plus the low humidity we've been experiencing. All is the ingredients you need for fire weather, so we got to be very fire wise the next couple of days. Let's take a look at these winds tonight. They're going to increase right on through the Columbia River into the Columbia Basin, and then we see the Kittitas Valley. So our Mountain Gap area is going to be pretty breezy overnight. Winds will decrease in the Tri-Cities, stay pretty blustery in Hermiston and Ellensburg, and then as we get into tomorrow, we'll kind of be breezy all through the region. Winds will start to really pick up around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and going forward from 2 to about 11 o'clock, it's going to get very gusty through the region. In fact, we could see gusts up to 45 here in Ellensburg, windy into the Yakima Valley, right on down to the lower valley, Columbia Basin, and the foothills of the Blues. So we're going to be very, very careful with our fire weather out there. Temperatures are staying nice and warm tonight. We're in the 80s all through the region. Warm spot, Hanford and Tri-Cities, 86, 87, 86 in Hermiston. We've got 82 degrees in Walla Walla. Let's talk about our average temperatures for the month and where we've been falling, above or below. We've had a few days below average in Yakima. We've been mostly above average there, and even had a record breaker on June 9th, but temperatures warm. We're going to start to see some blue on that screen where we're going to fall below the average. Take a look on Saturday, specifically down to 69 degrees. Cold fronts moving in and rain showers are going to be the cause of that. Now in the Tri-Cities area, we've had temperatures near the average and mostly above average for many days, But once again, we'll start to see those temperatures falling below average beginning Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So just a couple of days of a cool down for you through the area. Here's Walla Walla. It's going to be a chilly 66 on the first full day of summer. Unusual to see that happening. But again, cold fronts and rain showers are good news. Here's our temperatures overnight tonight, comfortable in the 50s. Your 7-day planning forecast. Here's those gusty winds. We have our holiday Juneteenth, 81. Should be a nice day if you don't have to work. Breezy winds on Friday, cooler temperatures, and you can see our chances of showers on both Saturday and Sunday. Better chance of seeing those showers on Saturday in Yakima with even cooler temperatures right around 69. Ellensburg, that's where we're going to see those strong gusty winds once again tomorrow. Look at the temperatures on Saturday, 64 degrees with a pretty good chance of rain. So pretty rare to be seeing temperatures in the lower 60s in the month of June. Here's Walla Walla with those breezy winds. First day of summer on Friday, 74 degrees down to 66 on Saturday. And here's what it looks like in Hermiston. So we've gone from the 90s to the 80s to the 70s to the 60s. So there it is. We've kind of experienced that all spring. And, you know, Friday is the first day of summer. We'll see how things go. Maybe it'll be like this on the summer. I don't know.
I don't know, but it feels like summer's playing a trick on us, doesn't it?
Maybe.
Questionable summer.
So, yeah, there you go. Summer solstice Friday. Celebrate.
And Thursday is a federal holiday.
Yeah, it
I keep having to rack my brain around
it's
that.
One of our,
new.
It's our newer,
Yeah.
newest federal holiday.
Yeah.
So I think it's been about 2 years, maybe 3.
Maybe, yeah.
So yeah,
it's fresh.
So it falls on a Thursday this year.
A lot of people will be off, at least not the worst day to be off.
There you go.
So, all right, thank you. Coming up next on the news at 6, surveillance video shows a store clerk dodging the bullet. What led to the shooting in North Carolina? That's when we come back.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.49% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union, money where it matters.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, get $4,250 total customer cash, plus $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was total. What about the vehicle? How am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
Like most people, my days are nonstop. When I'm working, I need to stay focused, not worried about my finances. That's why I went looking for a bank that makes managing my money effortless. Apple was exactly what I needed. Helpful people with easy-to-use tools. Now, I spend less time stressing about money and more time doing the things I enjoy. Where do you credit union?
Time to check this out. A North Carolina store clerk is recovering after he was shot in the arm, but it actually could have been a lot worse. Surveillance video of the shooting shows the clerk dodging one of the gunshots that could have actually hit him in the head. The career clerk looked like a superhero blocking a speeding bullet. The gun was almost in his face. The store clerk actually opened the door for the man who nearly took his life at the Jacobs Food Mart on Friday. He didn't know the man had a gun, but he noticed he kept his sunglasses on and a hoodie pulled over his head when he entered. Floyd says the man didn't demand money or make a threat. He asked for CBD cigarette products.
Israel strikes Iran's national broadcaster. That's according to the state news agencies. But take a look at the videos caught on camera. The studio complex of Iran's state news channel, IRIN, was struck by Israel on Monday. A loud explosion was heard while an anchor was presenting live on air. As you can see here on the live feed, the two countries have been launching various attacks against each other for several days.
All right, coming up next in our 6:30 half hour, we're switching gears. The Pickleball Summer Classic is returning to Kennewick and is making a big impact in the community. We're taking you out to Lawrence Scott Park. Don't go anywhere.
Register today. Register your team for $140. Ends midnight Tuesday, June 24th.
Get ready for a night of non-stop fun with Tommy James and the Shondells. Saturday, October 4th, Legends Casino Hotel. A lifetime of hits with the legendary Tommy James and the Shondells. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Saturday, October 4th, Legends Casino Hotel.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
It's the Click It RV Roll Into Summer sales event going on now at your local Click It RV store with huge manufacturer's discounts from Forest River, StarCraft, and more. Get zero down, nothing, and no payments for 6 months. And get top dollar for your trade. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. You can beat the coming tariffs, but nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So don't miss the Roll Into Summer sales event at your local Click It RV store. Spokane, Milton, Freewater, Moses Lake, and Union Gap.
I have 2 options for you to take a look at.
When it's time for an update or a complete remodel.
Just watch yourself there. So here, guys, we're going to rip everything down to the stud.
Rebath is with you every step of the way, from design and products to removal and installation.
Okay, what do you guys think?
We handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Warm months bring dangerous storms, many with lightning.
With advanced forecasting technology, trust the First Alert Weather Team to keep you ahead of the storm and help keep your family safe.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather, always on your side.
June 27th is Mariner Moose Night with the Walla Walla Suites, and we're giving away tickets. Enter on our mobile app or on the contest page at applevalleyNewsNow.com. 5 winners each get 4 tickets to Mariner Moose Night with the Walla Walla Suites, June 27th. Be there.
Here's what's happening on the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m.
We have an update on the pedestrian who died in a crash yesterday. We'll tell you the new details that have now come out.
Also ahead and in lighter news.
Grab your lawn chair and your paddle. Some of the best pickleball players in the country are coming to Kennewick. I'll tell you why coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
All right, well, as we always start this half hour off, we are checking in with weather, and I can't believe that summer is almost here. But the temperatures, I don't think they got the memo, Austin.
No, it's like it went back to spring. Stacey Lee is here. Is this your fault?
You know what? Blame it on me. I'm just going to go with it's going to be beautiful pickleball weather this weekend. For all the pickleballers in town, this is for you. Now, we do have some fire weather watches, not so much in Tri-Cities or even in Yakima, but the middle of the state, Moses Lake area, I-90, and even the foothills of the Blues due to our low humidity and gusty winds we're expecting tomorrow. So we want to be fire wise going forward. We've been tracking very low humidity levels, relative humidity through the area, pretty low through the region. The good news is humidity levels will start to rise as we have a chance of some showers coming through in the weekend. There you go. There's those gusty winds this afternoon, and we'll see the winds picking up here in the Columbia Basin. It's also really good baseball weather. 87 degrees. Dust Devil Skycam winds are light at 11. Our sunset at 8:51. We are almost to the longest day of the year. That happens on Friday. Now, if you're heading out to the ballpark, Dust Devils take on the Hops. Temperatures will stay in the 80s for most of the game. In fact, here's your planner for 7, 9, and 11. Temperatures looking really pleasant. A very beautiful night with clear skies outside. So, to recap, breezy winds, very windy tomorrow, especially in the Kittitas Valley and the Columbia River Gorge. A little bit cooler each day heading towards the weekend. Tracking some weekend showers and just how low are those temperatures going to be for the first weekend of summer. I'll give you all those details coming up. Austin, Wendy.
First at 6:30, we start with a follow-up. We're learning more about the fatal crash yesterday morning that left a pedestrian dead in Kennewick. It happened shortly after 8:30 a.m. near West Gage Boulevard and North Louisiana Street. The Kennewick Police Department says 61-year-old Brian Guile of Kennewick was walking outside of the marked crosswalk when he was struck by a vehicle heading westbound. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver was a 61-year-old resident of Pasco. KPD says there is no indication of excessive speeding or impairment, adding that the driver is cooperating with investigators now. Once the investigation is done, the case will be forwarded to the Benton County Prosecutor's Office for review.
All right, on the business front now, Kraft Heinz plans to remove synthetic dyes from its products. The condiment maker announced it will remove F, D, and C colors from its U.S. portfolio before the end of 2027. The company also said it would not launch any new products in the United States with artificial dyes. Kraft Heinz product lineup includes Heinz Ketchup, Jell-O, Capri Sun, and others. According to Kraft Heinz, nearly 90% of its current products are already free of F, D, and C colors. The move comes as federal health officials under Robert F. Kennedy Jr. put renewed scrutiny on artificial food dyes due to potential health concerns.
JetBlue plans to save money by cutting flights. The airline made the announcement in a memo released today. The carrier plans to eliminate underperforming routes, which will end service to a number of cities. JetBlue says it is making the change due to economic uncertainty and a weaker demand for air travel. JetBlue has already reduced operations in 20 cities, and the carrier has implemented budget cuts at its support centers.
It is estimated to affect 1 or 2 people out of every 1 million in the U.S. every year.
But diagnoses of appendix cancer are rising sharply among younger adults. That's according to a new study.
So in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has a look at the data and the symptoms everyone should know.
It's an uncommon disease, but a new study shows cases of appendix cancer are rising among Generation X and millennials. The research shows rates of the disease have more than tripled for those born between 1976 and 1984, and more than quadrupled among people born between 1981 and 1989, when compared to those born between 1941 and 1949.
The reason for the increase in the cancer is currently unknown. So there's not really clear guidance on how you can prevent it.
Christina Annunziata with the American Cancer Society says having a healthy lifestyle helps guard against all disease. That includes eating lots of fruits and veggies, maintaining a healthy body weight, limiting alcohol, and not smoking. While there are no specific screening recommendations for appendix cancers, symptoms of the disease typically include abdominal or pelvic pain, bloating, nausea, and vomiting, which often can mimic symptoms of appendicitis.
Good news is typically it does not spread beyond the appendix. So most of the time it is curable by this local surgery.
Annunziata says if the cancer does spread, chemotherapy and other targeted therapies are often options.
Be really aware and in touch with your own symptoms. Don't put anything off. Go to the doctor.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Early detection is important for this disease, just like it is for all cancers.
All right, turning to entertainment news tonight. One of the doctors accused of providing ketamine to actor Matthew Perry has agreed to a plea deal. The agreement filed yesterday shows that Dr. Salvador Plasencia will plead guilty to 4 counts of distribution of ketamine. Plasencia is one of 5 people charged in relation to Perry's death. Prosecutors say an underground network of drug sellers and suppliers were responsible for distributing the drug that killed Perry. According to the LA County Medical Examiner, the Friends star died in 2023 at age 54 because of acute effects of ketamine and subsequent drownings at a hot tub in his Pacific Palisades home. Plasencia faces a maximum sentence of 40 years as well as fines. Officials say he is expected to enter his plea in the coming weeks.
Beloved Food Network star Anne Burrell has died. She was 55. She was found unresponsive this morning at her home in New York. Emergency responders pronounced her dead at the scene. No cause of death has been released. Burrell became a household name through shows like Worst Cooks in America, Iron Chef America, and Chef Wanted. She also hosted her own long-running series, Secrets of a Restaurant Chef. She earned 2 Emmy nominations for the show and inspired countless home cooks. She is survived by her husband, her stepson, her mother, and her sister.
Switching gears now, grab your paddles and your sunscreen. The Tri-Cities is about to host a national-sized pickleball party.
This should be pretty good, right? Get ready for this. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen has a preview of the Summer Classic and why it's such a big win for Kennewick.
It's game on in Kennewick, where the 2025 Pickleball Summer Classic is about to bring the heat. And I'm not just talking about the weather. From June 19th to the 22nd, hundreds from across the country will compete in Washington's largest pickleball tournament on permanent courts. Natalie Clifton, sports development manager for Visit Tri-Cities, says this is the 3rd year of the tournament and it keeps growing.
There's over 400 pickleball players registered. They're coming from all over the country.
The tournament features everything from age group doubles to elite open singles under the lights. And with pro-level talent on the roster, the level of play is expected to be top tier.
The level of competition here in general is as good as anywhere we've ever been. We've played all over the world, internationally and around the nation, and there's some great talent here in the Tri-Cities. The actual competition itself, the level that comes in, they're amazing.
Sullivan says he's not playing in this year's tournament because his son is getting married. But going into last year, Sullivan's strategy is a sound one when he plays doubles. What was your strategy going into last year's tournament?
Keep my wife happy.
Smart strategy. And it's not just about the games. Visit Tri-Cities estimates the event could bring in around $200,000 in economic impact to the area, filling up local hotels, restaurants, and shops.
With all those participants coming in from around the nation, around the Pacific Northwest, it's just going to be a great event for our community, raise a bunch of money, and just help boost our economy.
The winner of this year's Pickleball Summer Classic not only gets the title of champion, but also a prize of $15,000. So whether you're here to win gold or soak up the energy, this pickleball tournament is serving one heck of a summer. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, so the action kicks off Thursday, June 19th at 8 a.m. with food vendors, music, and a lot more. If you'd like to learn more information, just head on over to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. A local swim team's 2025 season is canceled. The Toppenish Tarpons made that announcement recently. This comes after they say the pool will not open until July, adding that it is not feasible to have a season. They say reimbursements will be given to anyone who is already paid.
Still ahead at 6:30, it is time for a look at this week's Fly of the Northwest. We are taking you to a place that's really blooming.
How beautiful is that? Can't wait to show you more. And we also can't wait to show you more of your weather forecast with Stacy. And while you're here, scan that QR code on your screen and that will get you our Apple Valley News Now weather app. We'll be right back.
Register today. Register your team for $140. Ends midnight Tuesday, June 24th.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $4,500 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
This 4th of July, celebrate the freedom to roam with Broadmoor RV, where every mile brings you closer to what matters most. From family road trips to quiet nights under the stars, your next adventure starts here. Proudly serving the Northwest with unbeatable selection, service, and spirit. This Independence Day, go further, dream bigger, and drive free. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun.
This summer, big wins come in sevens at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Get ready for the $100,000 Lucky Summer Sevens giveaway with over $12,000 cash up for grabs every Friday and Saturday in June. The heat is on, and so is the grand prize on June 28th. 3 winners choose 7 cards with prizes. Reveal 7 sevens and instantly win $17,000 cash. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Get employee pricing plus 1.9% and $4,500 bonus cash on a 2024 Ford F-150 STX. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Looking for gardening ideas?
Well, in this week's Fly the Northwest, we take you out to Duncan Gardens.
Yeah, Duncan Gardens is the place to go to see the largest flower varieties and get inspiration for your own yard.
Let's take a look.
Duncan Garden, Manitou Park. Very early 1900s. It used to not be this level. It used to be higher. They took a lot of soil out, and then it was called the Sunken Gardens, and eventually it was named in honor of the person who had a lot to do with the design of the garden, John Duncan. Modeled after formal European-style gardens, 2-acre symmetrical garden with 37,000 annuals in it. Oh, there's petunia, zinnia, begonias, geraniums, alyssum, you name it. A lot of people will use it as a place to come and get ideas for what to plant in their own yards. We always try to put in a few new cultivars that we haven't tried and that are new on the market so people can see them grown, hopefully at their best. There's not much like it in the Northwest. There are a lot of gardens and a lot of nice ones, but Manitou is kind of unique in its collection of gardens. Everybody who works here, they're really talented people, and I have to give them all the credit. Lots of things that you have to overcome to get the plants looking good, and our staff does a really fantastic job of it.
Beautiful, love all those colors. Duncan Gardens is open year-round and free to the public at Manitou Park.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's take a live look outside on our Legends Casino Sky Cam. I've been watching these guys out here paddleboarding. It's a little rough out there, so you got to be a strong paddleboarder out on the Columbia. 87 degrees, humidity at 21%. Our feels like temp tonight, 84, and our winds at 11. Now check it out, our sunset, like I said, close to 9 p.m. We have couple of more minutes to add, and then we'll start seeing the clock go down after Friday. Friday, of course, the first official day of summer. Temperatures staying on the warm side. Very, very nice afternoon in the 80s. Warmish here in the Tri-Cities area and Hermiston. A little bit cooler as you get towards the foothills of the Blues and up towards the Kittitas Valley, Ellensburg. Now, we do have red flag warnings in effect for the Moses Lake area, that I-90 corridor heading up towards Spokane, just up top of Connell. And then heading over to the east, Dayton and the foothills of the Blues out to the Palouse. Also fire danger high. That'll be in place through Wednesday. It's very dry all through our entire region. We had several fires spark up around the region, and vegetation's dry. Humidity is low, and we've had breezy to gusty winds for several different days now. So look for those stronger winds tomorrow through the region. In fact, let's take a look at our futurecast winds. We're seeing the winds pick up a little bit more tonight here in Hermiston and Tri-Cities. It's going to stay breezy in the Kittitas Valley. Winds stay pretty consistent down in the Columbia River Gorge through the Dalles. As we head into the day tomorrow, look for light breezy winds in the morning. It's going to feel nice because it's a warm day to start with, and then the winds really start to pick up later in the afternoon. Let's take a look at those peak wind gusts from 2 to 11 tomorrow. Ellensburg could see gusts up to 45. 30-mile-an-hour winds here in Yakima. Look at the Dalles at 40 miles an hour and pretty blustery through the Columbia Basin. So just be fire wise out there. Let's talk temperatures. We have seen some nice above average temperatures, even broke a record in Yakima on Monday, June 9th. Temperatures staying above average, but things are about to change. Let's take a look at our 7-day temperature trend. Look how low we go. We're going to be below the average, down to 69 degrees on Saturday in Yakima. Now we have a series of cold fronts moving across the area. The good news there is cooler weather, a little more moisture in the air, less fire danger. Here's what it looks like in June for Tri-Cities, where we've been mostly above average here as well. Near the average, just 5 days, and then we'll see a few below average days. just like you can see here on your 7-day temperature trend. So get ready for the cool down this weekend. Walla Walla could be as low as 66 degrees on Saturday, so a little bit chilly out there. All right, let's take a look at our lows tonight. Clear skies, 50 degrees all through the region. Going to be nice, comfortable sleeping temperatures overnight. Your 7-day planner, there's the gusty winds, 30 to 35-mile-an-hour gusts in the afternoon. Juneteenth, a lot less breezy here and cooler, down to 81. First day of summer, we're looking at 77 in the Tri-Cities. And look at your showers and 70-degree temps this weekend. Here's what it looks like in Yakima, 80s down to the 70s, eventually down to the 60s, and about a 50% chance of rain on Saturday. So if you're planning an outdoor pool party or a barbecue outside, be prepared to take cover, or maybe you like having your party out in the rain. I don't know. Enjoy that. But temperatures cooling down drastically in Walla Walla, down to 66. Like I said, unusual to see temperatures that low this late in June. I'll have to keep an eye and see if we hit some record low temperatures instead of record high temperatures. We're usually tracking temperatures in the triple digits and record highs, but that's not the case.
Still a record, though. Maybe.
It could be a record.
Maybe.
I'll have to check. So it seems like, I've lived here about 30 years. You don't see that cool of temperatures in June typically. So.
All right. Well, we're not complaining, I don't think, right?
It's nice. It's been pretty hot. So nice little cool down.
I like it. I'm happy. You know
Austin's
me.
always hot.
I am. This is great.
So, we'll take it.
There you go.
We'll take it. All right, coming up next on Apple Valley News Now Live at 6:30, we take you out to a commencement ceremony that had people on their feet. We'll tell you what commencement speaker Steve Carell did when we come back. You don't want to miss this. Oh, I know.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demand to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
The Coliseum in Rome had their gladiator games, but it can't compete with Legends Casino Hotel's Coliseum of Cash. During our Summer of Games Thursday drawings in June, we're giving away over $77,000 in cash, plus a new Kawasaki side-by-side. Just use your Legends rewards card to earn entries. Who needs Roman chariot races when you can leave them all in the dust in a Kawasaki side-by-side? All hail Legends Casino Hotel in June, and let this Summer of Games begin.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Prosser Digestive Health Center offers the full spectrum of digestive health care. Services provided by board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Jack Brandeber include colon cancer screenings, treatment for swallowing problems, inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and more. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
Just like you,
we're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We're here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demand to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Time now for what's trending. It is graduation season, of course, and the commencement ceremonies can sometimes be long and a bit of a bore.
But Northwestern University class of 2025 was in for a real treat on Sunday with Steve Carell as their commencement speaker. Oh my goodness, could you imagine that? The actor-comedian sprinkled his address with jokes and even paused for a dance break halfway through.
That's right. Leave it to Brick. Carell showed off his moves. This is the song that's Not My Name by the Ting Tings played for the audience. He even ran off the stage to dance with some of the graduates. So see, they need a movie weather guy to get the crowd going.
They do,
I like that.
yes.
That was some high energy.
Isn't the weather person's the fun one at the station? I'm just saying.
Yes.
Dun, da, da, da. Yeah.
Man, and then of course from The Office, I love Steve Carell.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He's so funny.
I bet that was quite the speech after the dance party.
Yes.
Or whatever, however that worked out. But
he's the one I would want at my graduation too.
There you go.
For sure.
Wait, those years are long and gone. Final weather when we come back.
At Good Shepherd, we're your primary care providers from the time your baby is born to caring for loved ones in older age. We're with your family every step of the way. With specialty services like kidney and heart care, urology, orthopedics, and cancer treatment, we provide the care you deserve close to home. And when life takes an unexpected turn, our urgent care team is here for you 7 days a week because your health can't wait. Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
It's the Click It RV Roll Into Summer sales event going on now at your local Click It RV store with huge manufacturers discounts from Forest River, StarCraft, and more. Get zero down, nothing, and no payments for 6 months, and get top dollar for your trade. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. You can beat the coming tariffs, but nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. So don't miss the Roll Into Summer sales event at your local Click It RV store. Spokane, Milton, Freewater, Moses Lake, and Union Gap.
Get 2.9% APR for 60 months on a 2025 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Never a Bother aims to connect families, friends, and allies to make sure young people in their life know that they are there for them and can reach out at any time.
Never a Bother.
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 Learn how at neverabother.org. Remember, you are never a bother.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Jay Delia, Jessica Jalal, and Josh Colbreth. Good morning, Northwest from Apple Valley News Now.
And it's that time of night where we have a reason to smile. And this is thanks to our friend Jeannie Harp. She got a great view of the Snake River down by Windust Park. Great, beautiful view. Thank you for that, Jeannie. The QR code on top of your screen, easiest way to get your photo on TV, thanks to our friends at Lifetime Dental. Real quick, look at tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful, lots of sunshine, temperatures just slightly cooler than they were today. So enjoy the day, enjoy the night. It is absolutely gorgeous outside this evening. I think I'm going to go take the puppies for a walk.
Yep, they are going to love it.
That's good.
Yeah, we got to let them enjoy it now before real summer hits, right? All right, that'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us.
Hoping your news is good news.
Have a good night.